This is where the fun begins.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sith Talk. Today we have on the show Will from the DiamondFigs YouTube channel. How you doing, Will?
What's up, man? How we doing?
Good, good, man. So tell us a little bit about your channel, what your channel focuses on, and where we can find you at.
Yeah, so all Star Wars all the time, just like most of us. Instagram, YouTube, um, TikTok too. I don't really post on TikTok a lot, but TikTok
Yeah,
there too. And now Instagram threads. So all over the
yeah,
place.
yes, awesome. All right, so guys, I'm gonna put Diamond Figs info in the description. Definitely check him out. This man is posting consistently daily. Good stuff, fun stuff, new stuff, info. So yes, definitely check out my guy right here. So everyone that comes on the show, I have 3 questions for them. Are you ready?
Oh, I've done research. I want you to know that I have a list ready.
Yes, hell yes, awesome. All right, so the first question is, what's your favorite Star Wars movie?
My favorite Star Wars movie is Return of the Jedi.
Nice, and why Return of the Jedi?
Okay, that's off my chest now. Return of the Jedi is my favorite by far. Actually, I have like the box set right here. The whatever the box set
Ye-
is.
ye-
It was actually my grandma's place
Uh-huh.
back in the day, like really young. And then when they would send me, my little Piper ass upstairs to get out of the way of the adults, I would just run the VHS tape for Return of the Jedi into the ground. I think I
Yeah.
broke like 3 of them. The beginning of Return of the Jedi is the best of all time. I mean,
Oh, yeah, it's
Luke,
classic.
don't know if it's gonna be bad or not. Jabba's palace, Boba Fett. I mean, it's the best of all time. And then even just later on, like people don't like the Ewoks. I'm not I'm not gonna be a Ewok hater.
Uh-huh.
I refuse Ewok hate in the chat. But I mean, just Luke's story. That's where he becomes a Jedi Knight, and it's the best of all time.
No, that's a good choice. I freaking love Return of the Jedi a lot more than most, and me personally, I like Return better than Empire. I know everyone loves Empire, which is cool. I mean, it's not a bad choice, but I prefer Return over Empire from the OGs for sure, for sure.
Hot take. I think picking Empire is a basic take. Like picking Empire. Like Empire's great. I love
Yeah,
Empire. Don't get me wrong. But if you're one of those Star Wars fans who's like, "Oh, Empire is the best," like no hate, but
yeah. That's a good
I
chunk.
watched. Yeah, I watched Ray's or Hannah's. I keep calling her Ray because it's the Ray side.
Race side.
But
Yeah.
Hannah's interview with you like a
Yeah.
while ago when she popped off on Theory's video, and she
Yep.
said Phantom Menace, and I was like, "Let's go!"
Yeah, I
That's
had
crazy
I
take
had
too.
at least 2 or 3 people on Sith Talk that were Phantom Menace, and, like, I'm like, "Yo,
Yeah.
that's awesome," because not a lot of people say that, and for a lot of people, it might have been, like, either their first Star Wars movie or their first time seeing Star Wars in the theater. Because for me, that was
Oh
my
yeah.
first Star Wars in the theater, and I remember it like it was yesterday, bro.
Yeah. Oh, the first Star Wars action figure I ever had was a Qui-Gon Jinn, and I've actually got it up on the wall back there, but the Qui-Gon
Nice.
from Menace, the one with
Yeah.
the little data pad. Remember that
Yep.
dude back in the day?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, for
I feel like an
sure.
old guy talking about him now.
So the next question is, what is your favorite Star Wars show?
Okay, so I've got a list for this, and I've got
Okay.
reasons for each part of this list, okay?
All right.
Clone Wars is number 1.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to give you 2 reasons as to why I'm saying that. Number 1, the last 4 episodes of season 7.
Oh, a ridiculous amazing. Yes. It's Revenge of the Sith
That picture
again.
of the meme of Dave Filoni floating in the head, like,
Yeah.
that's the craziest thing. I watched those on my break at work when those were coming out, and I was tearing up in the break room like a
Oh
little
my,
girl.
oh
It was
Lord,
awesome.
yes. Oh yes.
I love those episodes. Now, other parts of Clone Wars, I know George's favorite episode is that droids episode.
Yeah, where they're lost in the
Uh,
desert. Yeah.
yeah,
That
when
man's
he
crazy.
calls it what is it? THX 9084, whatever.
Something like that. Yeah.
1984 George Orwell, whatever George's original movie was. I'm sorry I don't know
Yeah.
that. I'm gonna get for that not knowing what George's first movie was, off the top of my head. But yeah, there are some episodes where I'm like, "Bro, we can skip past this."
Yep.
Um, a lot of it's really good though. If I had to choose one and I was on a deserted island with like a DVD player, that's the show that I would pick. However, Mando season 2 was phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That
That
was
was
an
another
incredible
level.
time to be a Star Wars fan. Like insane stuff. Um, and then other than Mando season 2, the Tartakovsky Clone Wars, that's got a
Mm,
special place in my heart.
yeah. No, that's
Like
a
I
good
know a
one
lot of
too.
it's not canon, not it got retconned, but like that stuff is that's so good. And like the
Oh,
weird
no.
the blue monster episode with Anakin where he goes to save the alien race,
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah. No,
I
that's
loved it.
a that's dope for sure. And then season 2 Mando, like most people don't realize how epic season 2 was. Like, if you really think about it, they brought Boba Fett back from the dead. We got Bo-Katan live action. We got Ahsoka freaking Tano live action. Then you get Luke Skywalker. Holy shit. And then they name drop Thrawn in the middle of the season. Bro, it was like too much. That's why season 3 the expectations were through the roof because season 2 was ridiculous. Not even close. Not even close.
I'm gonna be honest with you. After the Luke episode, I was so like after I picked myself up from the blanket I was swaddled in and wiped my tears, I got up and I said to my wife, I was like, they're not gonna be able to top that. I hope
Ever.
season 3 doesn't suck.
Yeah. The only way it would be like close level wise is if like maybe they brought Mace Windu back and we seen Samuel L. That would
Yeah.
be epic. But like to top Luke Skywalker, prime Luke
Yeah.
Skywalker, it's it's
Which
tough.
incredible follow-up in Book of Boba Fett, though, with that Luke episode. Like,
Oh,
the Luke
that
stuff in Book of Boba Fett, I was jumping around that okay, that's the closest I've felt to
yep.
circling back to the Return of the Jedi thing where I said I burned 3 Return of the Jedi VHS tapes in my grandmother's, upstairs.
Yeah.
That's the closest I've ever felt from that time to
Uh-huh.
feeling like that again, and it was fantastic.
Oh yeah, no, that I started to tear up the minute Ahsoka said, You're so much like your father." That hit
Bro,
on so many levels. I was like, "Did she really just say that?" Like,
wild.
oh, so
Also,
yeah.
like, a lot of times people don't say like, they'll be like, "Luke, Luke, Luke," but bro, when R2 rolls up in both of those episodes,
Oh, I lost it,
tearjerker,
bro. I lost it. R2, like when he popped up in that Mando episode, and then
right?
oh my god, I lost it. I lost it with joy. Like that little droid, man. Oh, yeah, man.
I think that's what they said John was like or Favreau was, like, freaking out about when they did the Luke thing behind the scenes when they were calling it Plo
Oh
Koon
yeah. Yeah.
in the gallery episode
Yep.
that he
Yep.
was like that's when he, like, teared up and turned into an 8-year-old.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
because
That's
you
the
have
coolest part of
Luke Skywalker holding Grogu and R2 in an elevator. Like seeing that, bro, that's like holy shit. That's amazing.
yeah,
That's
wild,
insane. Super
wild
wild.
stuff. And, like, R2's the only I guess kind of C-3PO. I really any droid or I guess any practical effect thing, when you see something in Star Wars and it's completely like it could be a remote control from the other room, but like if
Yeah.
I'm on set in the volume and I'm on a Star Cruiser, all of that, and R2 remote control rolls in and is doing his beeps and his boops, bro, that's R2D2. I don't care what
Yeah.
you're telling me.
Yep.
That's R2D2 for real.
Yeah. No, exactly. Exactly. All right. So the next question, the last one,
Which is
who
this is the
who's
hardest one, I want you to know.
who is your favorite Star Wars character?
This took me I've been thinking about this since you talked to me about being on this podcast.
Really?
Yes.
Oh man.
I'm going to squeeze out the words Luke Skywalker.
Uh-huh.
Safety. I love Luke, okay? Luke
Okay.
Skywalker. That comes with a lot of weight because of, Luke Skywalker's the ending of Luke Skywalker's story, correct?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Hard to say that your favorite character is Luke Skywalker without thinking of all of Luke Skywalker.
Uh-huh.
Even when he's whining on Tatooine a little bit, like, you love it. You love episode 4, but, I mean, there are
Yeah.
points where you're like, "I wanna slap that guy in the face." Um, Luke Skywalker, number 1. Number 2, I think I would have to say Yoda,
Nice.
but Yoda was, like, in a tree branch, a family tree branch, like the ones you had to make in elementary school.
Uh-huh.
Qui-Gon Jinn is right there for me too.
Oh, nice, nice.
Those are
Oh,
the those are the like, the 3 for me, I would think.
got you, got you. Okay. That's what's up. Those are all good choices. So, I have a couple articles that we're gonna take a look at, and I know you pretty much have seen them all because you're always making crazy posts for them, like right away. Like literally, one of the articles we're gonna talk about, you just posted before you came out. I'm like, oh, this guy's on it. The
Was it John
acolyte.
Boyega talking
No,
about how he took Harrison Ford to Nigerian food?
that that was awesome. That was awesome. No, it's the acolyte one. The info
Yeah,
from the acolyte. Yeah, but
I figured.
before we get into it, how long have you been running your channel, bro? Because like I see on YouTube,
Uh,
like 16K subs, bro. Like that's strong.
yeah, yeah, November of last year.
Wow, bro. So that's quick to
Yeah,
16K. And I seen most of it is basically YouTube shorts. And you had a couple shorts that were like
yeah,
4 million. I was like, what? I
yeah,
get
I had a
excited when I get
couple.
1,000 views, but I'm like, yo, 4 million, 2 million, 1.4 mil.
Yeah, I would love to say that that stuff was planned,
Yeah.
but, I mean, it's really just I mean, I do social media for work for my full time, and
Uh-huh.
it's really just throwing darts to see what sticks, and
Yeah.
I did 1 Lego video that kinda popped off on TikTok, and then I did 2 more of the exact same Lego video with basically the same thing, and they all hit the same way, so I was like, "If it ain't broke, bro."
Yeah.
Those are my first stuff, but yeah, shorts has been fun. I mean, I've the reason why I started doing this is because I've literally just been rambling about Star Wars, probably like all the rest of our fans,
Yeah.
Star Wars fans, that I just needed an outlet to put it into somewhere other than my
Yeah.
best friend who also loves Star Wars and my wife who like likes it who likes Star Wars. She's a fan of Ahsoka and she likes this stuff. But when
Okay.
I'm talking about like when I'm stopping movies and I'm like, did you see that guy in the back with all the bulbs? That's Light Bulb Man. And they never knew and they made an action figure about and she's like, "All right, shut up, bro." That I needed an outlet to like speak to all the people like us.
Nice, nice. And now are you gonna be branching out doing more things, or are you gonna continue just with the shorts and the posts?
I would love to do streaming stuff like this. Now that I've got my setup, this was always kind of the plan.
Yes.
Talk
Uh-huh.
about Star Wars more long form. Um, but and I appreciate you giving me this platform to talk to you long form about Star Wars. This is honestly like my first appearance talking to anybody about
Nice.
Star Wars, other than just me being in my garage with my best friends.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, this has kind of always been the goal. Honestly, I don't have a plan. It's
Uh-huh.
just whatever I get excited about in terms of Star Wars, and pretty much all of it excites me, is what I'm gonna talk about. So and that I
Nice.
mean, originally, I started off with Lego stuff because
Yeah.
that was my bread and butter, but there's so much more to Star Wars in terms of what I'm passionate about than just
Mhm.
Legos. I love Legos, I love the Lego community, but, like, I'm getting articles the same way as everybody else, like we're about to talk about, where I'm just
Yeah.
getting excited about it. So this is my outlet to, I guess, channel my excitement about Star Wars.
Awesome. Yeah, that's kind of why I started the show. It's just to just bring different people on every week and just so we could just talk about Star Wars because we all love to do it. We all do it. And
Absolutely.
and I get to meet new people and then we kind of get to network and promote each other and stuff. So yeah, man, this is literally where the
If you
fun
don't mind me
begins.
asking, when did you there it is. I know you saw that thread I put out of how many Star Wars channels are gonna use that as their first
Oh, as
thread.
they're yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, I saw that.
Uh, what was I gonna ask? Oh, when did you start doing this?
So I started my channel about a year and 2 months ago, I think it was. It was
Oh, word. So you're
celebration.
just as new as I am.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay,
It was
word. That's so
celebration Anaheim. Literally a little bit before then is when I started my channel because I started my channel because I wanted to cover celebration and kind of show people what it was and how much fun it is because there's tons of Star Wars fans that have never heard of Star Wars Celebration or been to
yeah,
one. So that's how it started. And
yeah.
then now it's just anything and everything from collecting, toy hunting, unboxing, reactions. I've been into the gaming a lot lately, so I'm like live streaming video games every day almost. So it's just
Yeah,
grown
you're
from
killing it
there.
with that. You're like, I always get notifications on my phone.
Thanks. Yeah.
Star Wars Sith is on. Star Wars Sith is on. I'm like, this guy's killing
Yes.
it.
Yeah. So have you ever been to a celebration?
No, the only and I think you're about to go to it. Well, okay, that's not true. I went to New York Comic Con when I was in college because I live
Oh,
in New Jersey.
yeah.
Uh, and I finagled a press badge, which is another story. Um,
Nice.
yeah, I didn't do any Star Wars stuff, um, but outside of New York Comic Con, which I was there for like 6 hours,
Hmm.
I was doing a character called Bill Platinum. I had a fake mustache. I was pretending to be a news reporter, and the whole bit
Wow.
yeah, dude, it was a while ago. The whole bit was I was a weatherman who all of the news reporters couldn't come in for some reason, and they just sent the weather guy.
Uh-huh.
So, I was interviewing cosplayers and stuff as the weatherman, but I was pissed the whole time that I was doing it, and I wasn't happy. It's not funny anymore when I think about it. I'm like, "Man, why did I do
That
this? Why was I
sounds
messing with people?"
hilarious.
I think I have a picture somewhere. Hold on. This is actually the card from New York Comic Con from that year. You
Oh,
can
that's
kinda see
dope. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
I can see
the
it.
the
Yeah.
character's name was Bill Platt because my name's Will Diamond,
Uh-huh.
so I took Bill Platinum, and, that was a
Bill
very,
Platinum.
very long time ago. It was while I was in college, I was in film school, and I did not wanna do, like, avant-garde film, so I just did sketch comedy and comedy stuff
Yeah.
all the But
Nice.
yeah, outside of New York Comic Con, Tampa Bay Comic Con, I went in high school when it was running, and I still have my Joe Jusko, Thanos signed poster over here on the wall.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
I'm
the only
going
2
to
concerts.
Oh, wow. So, bro, so for 2025, you're gonna try to go to Japan celebration, right? Potentially?
Uh, yeah, if somebody wants to donate a ticket to Japan, that's a bag, bro, to get out to Japan, but, I really
Yeah.
want to. It would be so sick.
No, for sure. Yeah, I've been researching the pricing like crazy. The only thing that's ridiculous is just the plane ticket. Everything else is
Yeah,
like normal going anywhere else. But it's just that 2-3K for a flight over there, bro. And it's like 18 hours.
rough.
Yeah, that's the rough part. But
Yeah,
whether you go to that one or the next one, bro, once you go to a celebration, you're not gonna want to miss it. The feeling, the
that
energy,
is
the
also
vibe.
another reason why I'm waiting on it because 'cause I'm like as soon as I go to one especially now because, like, I do Star Wars content on a very
Yeah,
small scale, not to say I'm like, I do Star Wars content because that sounded, like, a little pretentious, but now that I do stuff and I don't know, but then I'm also like, would it just be easier to, like, run updates while I'm not sitting in the panels? Because there's so much going on at all the time that, like, am I gonna be looking at a Hot Toys Anakin while other stuff is like, news is coming out that I'm just gonna be just completely taken away from the actual, like, work stuff that I wanna get done? So, I
yeah.
don't know. But also, like, Japan would be such a sick place to look to, like, do
Oh
Star
yeah.
Wars stuff. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, no, once you're there, there's
Ye
just so much to do and see and cover. It's ridiculous, bro. And all the other new stuff you could just
Yeah.
cover after. It doesn't really matter. So, but
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
you're right.
man.
I don't know. You will see. You might see me there. You might not. Who knows? I'll definitely let you know if I'm go you'll definitely know before other people if I'm going or not because,
Got you, got you.
I
Yeah.
want to.
But yeah, like once you go, I mean, after that one, the next one probably would be in the States and then probably would be in Orlando, which is super easy for both of us. That's just a drive right there, which
You
would be
think they do
beautiful.
Orlando again so soon, though?
Bro, they did Orlando. That was my first one. That was 2017. It hasn't been in Orlando since 2017. So it's time. And it just did Anaheim again in 2022 and it was in Anaheim in 2025. So literally it's on pace to either come back to Orlando or maybe Chicago again.
They didn't do one in well, I guess it was before COVID, right? 2019, did they do one?
Chicago. That was Chicago.
That was
2019 was
Chicago?
Chicago. Yeah. And that was
Okay,
my favorite one. I've been to 4 and the 2019 Chicago was my favorite one hands down.
word. I wish so I lived in Orlando. I worked at Disney World for, like, 7 months.
Uh-huh.
I did the college program. I drove the friendship boats around Epcot and the boats to Hollywood
Oh,
Studios.
yeah.
Wild time. It was fun for, like, 7 months, but you got to, like, work at Walt Disney World, which is cool. I've been going there since I was a kid, so it was a fun time to, like, live and work there, but, if they
Yeah.
did Celebration in Orlando while I was living there, that was always kind of my hope is, like, there would be something cool going on while I was
Uh-huh.
there other than just the regular Disney stuff, but, no, if any time it comes to Florida, I'll be there. I'll be there 3 days before and 3 days afterwards.
Oh yeah, exactly, exactly. That's how I found out about Celebration. I was living in Orlando and I'm driving down I Drive and I see banners for Star Wars Celebration and I'm like, "What the hell is that?" So me and my buddy, we bought tickets for Thursday,
You
Friday.
found out about it off the Star Wars billboards that they have on
Ye-
iDrive?
Yeah, like banners on the sides of the roads as you're driving, like random. Yeah, I had no
That's
idea.
actually wild.
It
That's
it
wild.
is, and that's what started it for me going the last 4 in a row, and basically me starting my channel too was all from that. Just having such a blast at that first celebration, like, that was 2017, so we got to see The Last Jedi trailer first, and that hype back then was wild, and
Wild.
then it was the 40th of A New Hope, so, like, George,
Such
Harrison, they
a
were all
cool year,
there.
bro. It was such a
Yeah.
cool year for Star Wars fans. The Last Jedi trailer was incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Incredible, The Last Jedi trailer. The
Yeah,
trailer was
man. Yeah. Yeah.
emphasis on
So,
trailer.
but yeah, that's what started it all, man. So that's why I'm
Yeah.
super hyped for Japan. Like, I was gonna go to San Diego Comic Con this week, but I canceled that trip just to start saving for that flight. So
Yeah.
it's a good thing there's 2 years, plenty of time to save. But bro, I'm out there, bro. I'm gonna be in Japan running those streets of Tokyo. I cannot wait.
Let's go. Marvel's not
Yeah.
even going to San Diego, right? Isn't
So
that their
I
big
am
thing? They're not going this year?
I am so glad I'm not going to San Diego Comic-Con. Marvel's not
Yeah.
there. I think Sideshow's not even there. And now with the writer strike and actor strike,
Yeah,
a
dude.
lot of them can't even go to promote or do panels. So yeah, it's gonna be a very weird and unique San Diego Comic-Con.
It's gonna be strange. But isn't Tampa's coming up too, right?
Tampa's next weekend, but that's like a smaller con, so it's not like nothing like none of those
Yeah.
strikes will affect that. I think the biggest star we're getting is like Giancarlo, and that man's gonna
Mhm.
be there chilling. So
I thought, Gina was supposed to be on the list
she
too to be there or
canceled.
something.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
canceled. Yeah, she was,
I get
but
it.
yeah, it's just Giancarlo. So I'm definitely gonna meet him. I got the box cutter from Breaking Bad, the green box cutter that he used. Have you ever
Oh,
seen
let's
Breaking
go.
Bad? Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh,
have him
yeah.
sign that. I'm gonna have him sign that when I see him next Friday.
That's sick. I would suggest not bringing a blade in it
I
to
took
a
it out
convention
because that
center.
security people they'll like tackle me trying to get in, bro. So I already took
You'll
the
get
physical blade
popped
out.
immediately.
Yeah, and when I get there, the first thing I'm gonna show them, this is a blade. There's no blade in
Yeah,
it. That way they don't like think I'm hiding it in my bag. Like, come on.
yeah.
So, yeah,
It's just plastic. It's just plastic. You have to bring
yep.
a picture of, what's his name in the show? What's his name?
Oh, Walter White.
No, Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh,
What's his name in the show?
Gustavo Fring.
Gustavo Fring. You have to bring a picture of Gustavo Fring holding the and be like, "This is it makes sense. You just
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
nerd
that's a good
thing. Shut up.
idea. Yeah,
Don't tackle me, please."
I know exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. All right, so the first article we're gonna get into is Star Wars to release fewer movies and TV shows confirms everyone's favorite exec, Bob Iger, who's been putting his foot in his mouth lately, like OD. So, what do you think about that statement that he's going to be doing less Marvel, less Star Wars? Do you think that's good? Do you think that's bad?
Here's the thing. I don't take anything these people say seriously.
Yep.
Whether it's Kathleen Kennedy, whether it's Bob Iger, whether it's my uncle who thinks he knows about Star Wars, they all have the exact same amount of info to me
Uh-huh.
because their track for what they actually want to do, I feel like is so 10 years ahead of
Uh-huh.
what we're actually seeing right now. It's like how the military had cell phones in the 80s. but, like, real good cell phones, and then we didn't have them till, like, the late '90s, early 2000s. Everybody was like, "Oh, whatever," but the people in the military was like, "We had these. We knew what
Yeah.
it's talking about." That's how it is with Bob Iger and KK, I feel like.
Uh-huh.
So, he'll say something like this, but that could switch on a dime when, like, a s and I've been saying this, I know I've said it in your chat before, I've said it to a ton of other people I talk to Star Wars about, is like,
Uh-huh.
if Ahsoka hits, and I really think it's going to hit,
Oh, yeah.
but if it hits monetarily for Disney's bank, and it gives them a whole lot of moolah in their Disney bank account, I think they're going to double down on stuff like that because they've had such, I guess not Andor. Well, was Andor a loss for them in terms of monetary?
I don't know because I know it didn't do really, really good with views. Like, it wasn't one of the most
Yeah,
viewed projects, but it was the
yeah,
most expensive, like 250 mil or something ridiculous.
yeah. I think that was, it was a weird day in Hollywood when Bob Iger was on, what was it, CSN, MSNBC, CNBC,
Yeah, something
whatever.
like that.
He was doing
Yeah.
that interview out in the mountains of Montana. Um, Weird day. The actors strike was the same day. He's talking about cutbacks on their biggest IPs. Like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna make a Cinderella movie that's gonna make as much movie as a Captain America movie, by far.
Yep.
It was just a weird day, and I think that was kind of a, "Hey, get off my case" kind of answer.
Yeah.
So, who knows? Because like I said, it the Acolyte could do well, and I'm going to say I really hope the Acolyte is great. I hope
Yeah.
it's great. I'm never gonna wish for bad Star Wars. I love the if it bombs, she gone narrative, but I'm never going to wish for bad Star Wars just as a fan of Star Wars. I would rather
Yeah.
watch Star Wars than watch bad Star Wars. It be part of the canon and then have a 6-year ripple effect until it's decanonized, and then you get good Star Wars later on, and I have kids at that time, and I'm trying to have fun with Star Wars now. So I want
Yeah.
good Star Wars now.
No,
I don't know.
exactly. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Like, I don't know if I trust what they say because everyone's best friend KK, literally a few like months ago, she said she wanted all these Star Wars movies to be like events every
Yeah,
3 years, right? And
yeah,
then fast forward to now, we're getting 3 movies in an 18-month period. What the hell? Like, what?
yeah. It's always, it kinda seems like it's always the opposite, where,
Yeah,
like, they kinda just give people like me who jump at sound bites and wanna post stuff, the
yeah,
info, and then it changes in 3 months, which is, like, half the fun of production, and, like, that's why we enjoy doing this, but, like, the one thing I will always think back to is KK standing in front of that wall of the different slated shows and projects that were coming up for Star Wars, kinda like what Feige does for the MCU with all of the
yeah.
projects, the timeline, and it was Lando, it was the Droid show, it
Oh
was
God,
Rangers of the
bro.
New Republic, and there was, like, what was it, half of them got dropped immediately, and
Yeah,
who knows what's
yeah,
happening with the Lando stuff now, so I don't
yeah.
know, that's the best evidence to be like, I'll believe it when I see a trailer for it posted on StarWars.com, or they bring out an actor at Star Wars Celebration.
Exactly, bro. No, yeah, that was 2020 and
Yeah,
literally half more than half of that stuff does not exist or is shelved indefinitely, silent,
yeah.
canceled.
Or what's
So
his name from Lando said, "I have no idea what's going on."
so it's funny you say that and actually I have that article here. So this
Yeah,
popped up last night and like when I saw it, I kind of got excited cuz I'm like, "Yes, there's finally maybe there's something." But the
yeah,
dude said he has not heard from Lucasfilm in 3 years.
yeah,
So
since 2020,
immediately
right? That's what the article
yeah,
said? Yeah,
2020. So it's like your job that you work at doesn't schedule you for 3 years. What do you think that
yeah.
means? That's ridiculous.
That means you're not getting called in to flip burgers, bro.
Yeah.
You're not flipping burgers, you're not getting paid.
That kinda crushed me because I
Yeah,
was looking forward to this just
yeah.
for the potential of Kira and Maul because it would
Oh, yeah.
continue their story from Solo. Now it's nothing, bro.
It would be cool to see Kira again, especially because Amelia Clark sounds like she's having a blast with Secret Invasion.
Yeah.
Like, all that stuff afterwards, she was loving it.
Yep.
Um, So I hope the way that the Solo stuff was, like, I feel so sorry for the people, like, the actors who were on that because it got
Yeah, man.
shelved so fast, and I will also go on the record of saying, I enjoyed Solo.
Yeah, I didn't mind Solo. When I went in to watch Solo, I wanted like 3 things out of it. I wanted to see how Solo met uh Chewbacca. I wanted to see how he
Yeah,
got the Falcon, and I wanted to see how he met Lando. And all that was answered. That's all I needed.
check
It's
'em off,
done.
baby. All
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, and then we got Maul in there, which is crazy because at that point I never watched Clone Wars, the animated Clone Wars, so I
Yeah,
didn't know Maul was alive. So when I saw Maul in Solo, I was like, "Yo, dude got cut in half. What is he doing?" And then I did my research and I binged all of Clone Wars and Rebels and fell in
yeah,
love. So
and then you saw
Solo
Sam
brought me to
Witwer
that.
talking about all that stuff where, like, he was like he had to explain to the creative
Yes.
staff
What
about the saber
lightsaber?
use and all that stuff.
Yeah. Bro,
It's so
he
awesome.
is a legend. He's I
Yeah.
met him at Anaheim. I'm gonna meet him in September. He's gonna be at Ocala Comic Con.
Oh,
So
word.
literally, I have this here. I'm gonna have him sign the Star Killer
Yeah,
vintage
dude.
figure. But he's just a man. And when I see him in September, damn, I think Ahsoka might almost be done by then. But I want to mess with him and be like, "Are you that Inquisitor in the Ahsoka trailer? Are you Merrick? Don't lie to me, just to see his reaction."
There's gotta be a few episodes because 'cause doesn't it end the 2nd week of October?
Oh, it does.
Ahsoka one? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So hopefully, like whoever Merrick is doesn't get revealed by the time I meet him. That way, I can see his reaction. Like, "Are you
Word.
Merrick in the Ahsoka show?" Just to see if he says
Yeah.
anything. That'd be kind of
Bro,
funny.
people are gonna go nuts if it's him.
Bro, the internet would shatter. If that mask comes off and it's him, bro, that's kind of, I
Yeah.
would say, almost Luke Skywalker level of like, holy shit, like, is that Star Killer Galen Merrick?
There are gonna be so many, like, nerd heads who are like, "Oh my gosh, that's Sam Witwer." And then there are gonna be so many people who are gonna be watching this in groups who are like, "Oh my gosh, that's Sam Witwer." And then everybody's like, "Who's Sam Witwer?"
Yeah,
Which, if
exactly.
you don't know, go learn.
Yep, exactly. So, I mean, I doubt it is, but man, we could only hope and dream that. I mean, Filoni might try to pull off some cool shit like that. Who knows?
Dude, I have a lot of and what's weird is, like, I will say this, I have a lot of faith in Filoni. I think
Yep.
what all he honestly, all he touches turns to gold. I've never understood the point of view of, like, Filoni's ruining Star Wars.
Oh yeah, that's
I have
crazy.
not watched that Star Wars Resistance show, though. I'm not I have not watched that. I know he had something to do with that.
I
But
watched it. It was like okay.
really,
I was bored one day. Yeah, it's just alright. It's not terrible, but it's not good.
dude from, the Ahsoka trailer is, like, his son or his dad or something who's standing with Mon Mothma when Hera's
Oh,
talking in the trailer.
really?
He's, like,
Oh,
related
okay.
to one of the guys in Resistance or something. I don't know, I saw that a while back in the when the initial trailer dropped, or it might have
Uh-huh.
been at Celebration when the trailer was leaked, which I did not watch, Disney. I didn't watch the leaked trailer, okay? I waited for it to come out like a good Star Wars fan. But they were talking about it at that point, so that was the only reason why I was like, "Hmm, if they're gonna make Resistance connections," but who knows?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
excited for
man.
Ahsoka, though. I think every Star Wars fan is excited for Ahsoka. I also think that if
So,
all Star Wars fans are gonna say if Ahsoka bombs, that there's going to be a riot at Lucasfilm.
yeah. So that'll be the next thing we're gonna talk about. But yeah, like before we talk about this, I just can't see Ahsoka bombing, bro.
I can't either, dude.
It's just Rebels season 5, and it's Dave wrote all 8 episodes. I could see maybe there'll be doubt if it was kinda like the Mando method where it's different ones doing different episodes, but
Yeah,
Dave did he wrote the whole thing. It's consistent.
dude. I think a lot
So,
of it are the people who watched, like, the first season of or, like, the Clone Wars animated movie when everybody was like, "Ahsoka is whiny. Anakin has a Padawan? What?"
yeah, yeah.
All of those people who dropped Star Wars, and then now that Ahsoka's coming back out, they're like, "Well, the last time I saw Ahsoka, she was annoying and she was playing with a baby Jabba the Hutt. So I'm not gonna watch this. I hate it." I think it's all of those people,
Yeah.
who are angry about it, but, like, it's gonna be so good, and also a lot of I've been seeing a lot too where we love Star Wars fans, but a lot of people are pissed that, like, it's they're saying it's an all-female cast, which, like,
Yo,
Ezra Ezra went off into nowhere, Kanan died, spoiler, and Zeb was in Mando, so, like, how is it an all-male cast or all-female cast?
yeah, I saw some people were bothered by that, like, allegedly, but bro, that makes to me, it makes no sense. Because 1,
Yeah,
every one of these characters are developed and earned their spot, like, Ahsoka's been
yeah.
through a lot, Sabine's been through a lot, Hera's been through a lot, freaking Mon
Hera's a
Mothma, bro.
badass, bro.
E
Hera's a
ex
badass.
exactly, so that's great, but, like,
Yeah,
if you look at, like, Kenobi show, like, Riva, I understand that because no one cared about her and she hasn't been through, like, what these people have been through, or even that
yeah,
other
weird
girl.
choice.
Yeah, exactly, so, like, it's literally just Rebels. It's not like it's an all-female cast. They happen to be all females, but bro, that's what Rebels was, and you're gonna have Thrawn, they're gonna get Ezra eventually,
Yeah,
Like you said, Zeb's probably gonna be in there. The boy Chopper is the strongest man droid ever, so, like, come on.
bro, only second to one droid, and that's R2-D2, and I will stand by
Yeah,
it. I
yeah,
love Chopper, but people come crazy with the Chopper talk where he's the best droid ever, and I'm like, "Hold up,
yeah,
get
for
the
me,
wind out of
it's
those sails."
For me, it's usually R2, but like sometimes Chopper is up there. It fluctuates,
Yeah,
and now with the Ahsoka, it'll probably lean more towards that. But like, yeah,
yes,
but you got to give R2 the respect because he's like the OG. Like he's
yes.
took our hearts back in the day. So
Yeah, dude. R2's number 1. He's gotta be number 1. I mean, anytime a Star Wars fan will see no matter if you're a sequels fan, a prequels fan, if you just like regular Clone War, whatever you like, if you see R2, you're like, "That's my boy."
yeah, yep, yep. You get that smile right away when you hear that beep boop and
Yeah,
hear
dude.
see him rolling. So, but that last trailer we got for Ahsoka, I loved it, and like, holy shit, bro. They name drop Anakin twice in the trailer,
Twice.
and there was already tons of leaks that Hayden Christensen is returning as Anakin and Vader in the show. So
Dude,
it's bro, I think we're in for a wild ride.
did you see the Rosario Dawson thing from when she was doing press for Haunted? Because she's in that new Haunted Mansion movie that
Yeah.
Disney's doing. Did you see her when they asked her about what would Ahsoka it was like I have the clip, I have to post it right after this, but it's like, what if Ahsoka saw a ghost or something like that? And she was like, "Well, if Ahsoka saw a ghost, it would be a Force ghost." Wink, wink, like into the camera, and she played
Yeah.
into it, and I was like, "Ooh, baby.
Oh
Ooh, baby."
man. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think we're gonna get Hayden as a Force Ghost, and I think
yeah.
we're gonna get him in flashbacks as like Anakin, Revenge of the Sith Anakin.
If I had to choose one between seeing Anakin as a Force ghost and seeing him in flashbacks, I think I would choose Force Ghost.
Really, I would go flashbacks instantly, bro. Why
The
Force
only
Ghosts?
reason why is because I think one of the coolest parts of Ahsoka and where she is in the timeline right now, like
Uh-huh.
where we're watching her story, point of view wise, is like the same thing that I've said since seeing the Luke episode in Book of Boba Fett is
Uh-huh.
like I want to know what Ahsoka knows about Vader, and I want to know what Luke knows about Ahsoka and Anakin's
Oh,
relationship, the
yeah.
craziest, like, triangle relationship of, like, they were both like, they weren't trained by the same person, but, like, this is his son, and that's her, friend, younger sister, but, like, also kind of daughter, like, he helped
Yeah.
raise her,
Yeah.
and he was, like, something to both of them, so like or Ahsoka just talking about Anakin at his last moments of, like, that flip in the throne room
Yeah.
in Jedi, like, there's so much that I wanna know about, and we only got a taste when like you said earlier with the "You remind me so much of your father," like,
Oh,
so
so
that's why I'm like, I would rather have Force Ghost than flashback, because if I want a flashback, I will watch 7 seasons of Clone Wars.
so I was saying that I've said that on a couple other shows and a couple lives, but like That is what I wanna see the most, cause like,
Yeah,
when Ahsoka clearly knows Luke in Book of Boba, they've met already, so I
yeah,
wanna see the first time they met, and I wanna see like, "Oh, wow, you're Anakin's son? Oh, wow, you're Anakin's Padawan?" And I wanna
yeah,
see that conversation so bad that, "Oh, like, he turned to the light, he's good
yeah,
now," like, that would bring a tear to my eye if you see, like, Ahsoka and Luke talking, and then all of a sudden, Force Ghost Anakin pops up and says, "Hey, Snips." Bro, I would
yeah.
lose it. I would lose it.
I think I would and g if I had to weigh them out too, I think I would rather see Luke seeing a flashback of Luke meeting Ahsoka for the first time
Yeah. Oh,
than
yeah.
seeing a flashback of Ahsoka and Anakin too.
No,
I
for
think that
sure.
I
Because
would weigh that out too.
yeah, no, because we've never got that. We have no idea what that looks
No.
like. I would die like how like that would just be like how would they meet each other? How would they
Yeah,
introduce each other? I would just oh, bro, it would
and
just be
like,
so epic.
bro, you have like I thought about that so much and, like, you think of when because at this point, Luke is, like, calm Jedi Knight, like, Jedi well, I guess is he Jedi Master at this point? I don't know
Yeah,
because it's not the books, and we don't know where he is at this point.
I'll
But
just say yeah.
it's like Jedi Knight, like, calm Luke, like, tosses his lightsaber, like, "I'm a Jedi like my father before me." Calm Luke,
Yeah.
understands, controlled, but also, like, Ahsoka's at that point too, so, like, if they were to, like do they meet each other because they know they were gonna meet each other, or, like, they felt each other in the Force, or, like or
Yeah.
do they just, like, pop up on each other and they just bump into each other on somewhere and they're like, "Wait, you are and who are?" And I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah, bro. That
Yeah,
would just be that would break that moment would break the internet. It would be ridiculous, man.
I
So
think that's more
ridiculous.
interesting to me than, like, the Anakin flashback. Because like, would it be sick to see young Ahsoka in live action standing with Hayden and standing with Ewan? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna be selfish. I want both. I think we're gonna get both, man. I think we're
Dude, I
gonna
don't
get
know.
both. I think they're
I
just gonna
feel
go
like
nuts.
dude, and this is, like, what I said earlier about the end of, Mando season 2 with Luke, like, I as a Star Wars fan since then, I don't wanna bite off more than I can, like, chew when it comes to expectations.
Yeah,
So, I'm just gonna hope for 1, and I will take any of them. Like, if I had a list of 5, I will take 1
yeah.
out of the 5 and be satisfied. However, if it's, like, 3 out of the 5 or 2 out of the 5, it's a bonus and I'm stoked.
Yeah, there's gonna be so much from this Ahsoka show. Like we're just talking about all this Anakin stuff, but like they're eventually gonna find Ezra, so we're gonna see what
Yeah,
happened with
dude.
him, with the Purgles, what the hell he's been doing, where he's been hiding. Because
Yeah.
obviously Thrawn got away from him because Thrawn has a ship and an army all of a sudden. So that's
He's
gonna
got
be a
all that
lot.
power.
Yeah, and then I love the Purgles, bro. I'm so
Yeah.
hyped that we saw the Purgles in the trailer, and you see them.
Bro, bigger than what I thought they were in terms of Clone Wars. They were huge or Rebels.
Bro,
They were
space
huge.
whales, bro. They are massive. They look amazing in those
And
trailers,
they look
man.
bigger than what they looked like in, Mando too.
Y
They look
yeah,
gigantic.
yeah, I know. That's so awesome. I
Yeah,
cannot wait for that. And then
it's gonna be sick.
I'm I'm kinda hoping that we get some of, like, that Mortis arc stuff, like the father, the brother, the sister. Because if it does go to the world between worlds, imagine if there's, like, a flashback of them in live action. How
Yeah.
crazy would that be to see that? A moment like that?
Ooh, would the brother be played by Sam Witwer then?
Oh, because he voices him in the and he voiced him,
He
right?
was live action, yeah, he voiced, the brother.
The
Did
brother.
Ashley Eckstein voice the sister too?
I don't know. That would be even better
Or
too,
what
because you
is it
could
the
bring them
daughter or
both in.
whatever?
Yeah, the daughter,
Yeah,
yeah.
daughter, yeah,
Yo, that
but
would be crazy. So we could get stuff with that too, and, like,
yeah,
that would hit hard.
yeah. So that might be where we see if it was to happen, I would say, now that I'm thinking about it, it would probably be more likely to see Sam Witwer as the brother
Uh-huh.
than as
Merrick, the
whoever
Inquisitor.
Merrick. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, bro, we are almost a month out. It's like
Yeah,
a month and 5 days till those 2 episodes. I cannot wait,
yeah,
man. The one thing
it's
I'm
gonna be
not look
nuts.
Yeah. The one thing I'm not looking forward to though is once the finale hits, it's like after that, bro, it's like the dark times because there's like those stuff coming
Mm,
out, but not like Ahsoka level hype stuff that I'm like, oh, I can't wait for this. Except for Tales season 2. Tales season 2 is probably gonna be wild.
yeah, Tales season 2 is gonna be incredible. However, is it written is number 1, because if it's not written, it probably won't be for a while
And it'll get
based on the
delayed.
strike. Yeah,
Yup.
it'll get delayed till 202400. Um, but Tales of the Jedi would be sick as soon as possible because I think that that was on my list of favorite series, but it
Yeah.
just feels so much like good Clone Wars, which I think is why it's my favorite.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It really is just good Clone Wars.
I also love Count Dooku. Yeah, I have a list of like 50
Yeah.
characters where I'm like, that's probably my favorite character. Like, I'm
Yeah.
looking at the list now, Cad Bane's on the list.
Oh,
Obviously,
I love
Anakin's on
Cad
the list.
Bane.
Obviously, Obi-Wan. Boba Fett's on the list. Dude, Lando, Han does not get as much love as he deserves, I think. I feel like
Yeah.
people are, like, kind of over Han at this point.
Uh-huh.
Dude, he's sick. Especially because I've been, like, so engulfed in, like, the books. I've gone back. I got in the mail the other day, like, probably, like, a couple weeks ago, the, uh the old Han book trilogy
Oh, nice.
of,
How
like,
what you read it?
Revenge. Yeah, I've actually got it right here. Hold on. I got it. I got first editions, dude, so I was stoked. Got 'em on eBay.
Nice.
Like these? The
Yeah.
what is it? At Star's End, Revenge, and The Lost Legacy, which I will continue to say, somebody needs to put that on a T-shirt. That's the wildest graphic I've ever
Oh,
seen.
that's dope. Yeah.
Yeah. But I was reading the Brian Daley novels, and, that's I think after reading them too, I was like, I really do like the Solo movie, which a lot of
Yeah.
people I know weren't a fan of. I think a lot of them were just pissed because it was a different guy playing Han Solo,
Yeah.
but I enjoyed it.
No, for sure. Have you read the Dooku book, Jedi Lost? Count Dooku, Jedi Lost?
Yeah, dude, I listened to
Oh,
the audiobook
he
first,
is a
then
savage,
I
bro.
got
He is a savage. That ending
bro,
was
he's such a
crazy.
badass character.
And then so that's cool that you read it because like I read it and then watching Tales and you kind of already know a little bit about him, but seeing it in
Yeah,
Tales happen, bro, what? It just hit
dude,
that much
so sick.
harder.
Those episodes where, like, you see him in the Jedi archives deleting
Camino
and,
off the
like,
map.
oh my
Yes.
it's so
Oh,
cool.
the minute he went in there, I'm like, I know what he's doing. I know what he's doing.
Yeah,
It makes sense. It's like connecting to Attack of the Clones, bro. Beautiful.
yeah, and that was
Beautiful.
cool too that they all the episodes were dropped at the same time. I think that's the first time they did that with a Disney series, right? With a
Yeah,
Star Wars series?
that and Visions was the only time they've
Oh,
ever
yeah,
dropped all of
Visions,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, and Visions.
What did you think of Vision season 2?
It was okay. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't even watch all of it. The last couple, I was looking over the thumbnail. I'm like, eh. But like
yeah,
the Sith one was dope. The one with
really
like
cool.
the Indian Inquisitor was dope. With
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, and he fought that old lady. It kind of reminded me of like Maul and Ahsoka fighting the way they were fighting. That one was
True.
cool. There was a couple cool ones, but like Visions to me, like half of it is cool, half of it's kind of like, oh, okay. So I mean,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
I mean, it's all looks visually stunning. Like, it's all
Oh
incredible.
yeah, the animation styles and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it's all great. It's just a lot of it is, like, kinda skippable in terms of what I'm looking for Star Wars.
yeah.
I love the Aardman episode, though, the claymation one. I really liked that.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
With
Yeah,
the what are they? Were they were both Twi'leks, right?
yeah,
The
yep,
girl
yeah,
and the mom? Yeah.
yeah.
I really like that one just because I'm a Wallace and Gromit stan back in the
Oh,
day.
got you. I think
And
though
that's the same studio.
my favorite visions, though, out of all of it, has to be the Ronin, bro. The Ronin
Oh,
just
by far.
hits so hard, and like,
Yeah.
give that guy a movie or a series like that is just such a vibe, Such a vibe.
Would that would be so s or, like, even just an anime, dude. I would
Yeah,
watch a f
yeah,
would watch 9 seasons, all episodes are 5 minutes long, and there's 400 a season. I would watch that nonstop.
yeah. Oh no, for sure, hands down.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Would be sick. But that's also, I think, another reason why Mando season 2 is up on my list because I loved the samurai stuff in the Ahsoka episode of season 2.
Oh, that Ahsoka episode, that episode hit so good, and, like, I knew when it came out, I was like, "Alright," I started the episode, I'm like, "Maybe we'll get Ahsoka halfway in or towards the end." Bro, it
Yeah.
started off with her right away, I was like, "Yo," that was just it was beautifully done, beautifully done.
Mm. The one-shot hits, like a Kurosawa film, where she's, like, just or like an old samurai film where she just stops, and then they make their move, and then
Yeah.
they stop, like, choreography of that scene with what's her name? Morgan Elsbeth
Yeah, yep,
is the lady's
mhm,
name? It was
yeah.
so fire.
It was, and that episode, like, people don't realize we got Ahsoka, we got Grogu's freaking name, and then,
Yep,
Thrawn's alive. Like, those were
yep.
three punches in one episode. Incredible,
I
incredible.
squealed, dude, when she was like, "Where is Grand Admiral
Bro,
Thrawn?" I was like,
I jumped up in my living room and
"Yep,
screamed at the top of my
yep."
lungs. I screamed, and I'm like, "Oh my god, like, what?"
Yeah.
And then that same day, the Thrawn Funko Pop went from being worth like 100, 150 up to like 3, $400, like
Oh, bro,
instantly.
same thing with the Lego figure, dude. You have no
Yeah.
idea.
Everything Thrawn, no matter what, skyrocket through the roof. And it's only
Yep,
going to get worse next month once people see him. Because there's a lot of normies that still don't know who Thrawn is. They're going to know
yep.
Thrawn next month. And they're going to be like, yo, this dude is badass.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
true.
can't wait for that. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that would be a sick flashback too, of, like, what
What?
they did in the comics with I know you keep trying to pull this up, and I'm geeking out over
No,
Star
it's all
Wars
good,
stuff.
bro. This is what we do.
Every time you pull it up, I'm like, "Ooh, what about something else?"
Yeah.
Um, no, the thing from the comics where, Palpatine and Thrawn are talking, and Thrawn knows that Anakin is
Oh,
Vader.
yeah, 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 yeah.
That would be I would love
Oh,
to see that in live action. Are you kidding me?
what? I didn't even think of that. What if there is a
Yeah,
flashback and
dude.
Ian McDermott is there with Thrawn? Because oh shit.
And he's like, "General Skywalker, help me, blah, 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 blah." And then he was like, I miss what happened to him," but he's, like, nudging him, like, he's messing with Emperor
Oh,
Palpatine, dude. Thrawn's such a badass character.
what?
He's stepping
Yo,
toe to toe to Palpatine.
I think Dave is gonna like he knows all this stuff. He's gonna go
Yeah.
nuts, man.
But also Dave
Oh.
could do that thing where he Filonifies everything, and he makes it great, but he also rewrites a lot of stuff, so who
Oh,
knows?
he does what he wants. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a thug. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he does
Yeah,
not care at all.
he doesn't care at all. But I know he referenced Timothy Zahn a lot. Like he spoke with him a lot. He showed him
Yeah.
stuff. So that's awesome to hear that he like sat down with Timothy Zahn and try to like get as much out of him as possible, which is cool.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, there was an interview with Timothy Zahn where I think he said that now this could be the interview, bro, I watch so many interviews. This could be the interview with him that I clipped up, but there's an interview that I posted a while ago where he's talking about like how he helped Dave with the Thrawn stuff, and
Uh
I
huh.
think if it wasn't that, it was an article around that same time, but, like, I think it was George, Dave, and Zahn were, like, all together at the same time. I could be capping
Wow.
like crazy right now, but
Uh huh.
in my own headcanon, I remember, like, the whispers of that being said somewhere or
Uh
read
huh.
somewhere, but that also could just be me being nuts, but I watched so many interviews. There is a Thrawn or Zahn interview that I clipped up where he talks about Filoni, so that's definitely true.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That'd be crazy though. Imagine seeing all three of those guys together talking about something. You know it's gonna be
Wild.
fire. You know it's gonna be crazy fire.
Yeah.
W- So the boy Tim, who's my best friend, I met him at Anaheim. I love this man. He is
You
a
got his
legend.
number?
No, but I got a picture with
I was
him,
gonna say,
and
I was like, "Hit me up, bro."
he wanted to steal my shirt because it was a Boba Fett shirt I was wearing. But
I woulda given him my shirt, are you kidding me?
yeah, bro, he's the man. But he was at what convention was he just at? Was it like Australia or London? He was at
He
some
was doing
London
a he was
London
doing a
film.
whatnot stream. Yeah.
Yeah, at London Film Comic Con, and they were asking him
Yeah.
about Captain Rex, and they
I
said,
have the clip that I have to post
yeah,
later. I wish you had told me this. I would have sent it to you earlier.
yeah. So you saw the clip, and he was like,
Yeah.
"How? Oh, I would love to be Captain Rex. That on my way back, I'm stopping in L.A. to make sure that Boba Fett doesn't get shelved."
Yeah, dude.
So, what do you think of that? Him wanting to go there to make sure they don't shelve Boba Fett, and how he said he wants to be Captain Rex.
I wanna shout out the dude because there was a guy who was there front row who did the clip.
Yeah, he
Bounty
has that
Helmet
video.
on
Yep,
Instagram. He
yep.
posted it, and I DM'd him this morning, and I was like, "Hey, you care if I repost this?" And he was like, "No, dude, just give me credit." So he was mad cool. But Bounty Helmets clip that. I I really hope I okay, that we were talking about if we had to weigh out options. I
Mhm.
think I would rather see Rex in the Ahsoka show than see Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, because we haven't got Rex live action, and we got Luke already, so it's kinda like,
Yep,
preserve the essence of Luke, the mystique of
yep,
Luke, and give me old man Captain Rex, bro. He's part of the
100%.
Rebel story, so it makes more sense for Rex than Luke, even though Luke's
Very
badass.
rare too does Dave make something where he doesn't pull all of his characters too.
His toys, yep.
Yeah, so I would love to see Rex. I also think that Tem is a very confident man and a man who speaks his mind no matter
Yep.
what.
Yep.
So I think that like, there was that thing a while ago where he was like, "No, nobody called me," or something like that. "I haven't been called since whatever about
For season
Mandalorian,"
3
and
Amando,
yeah,
yeah.
that guy took my episode. So, I know it was him joking at a convention, but I'm also like, there's truth in every joke." So, who knows?
Yeah.
I love Tem, and I would love to see him as Rex. I would love to see him as any clone and, obviously every clone.
Cody,
Really
man.
cool to have
I
him.
want
Yeah.
Cody again, bro.
It was such a miss from the Kenobi show that he wasn't in it.
I know. And then
Such a miss.
we got teased with that one clone that was like a bum, like, "Oh, who is that?" But it was nobody,
Yeah.
man.
Well,
Oh,
and I saw online, like, it was on Twitter or something a while ago, where people were saying that that was, Commander Oppo or Commander
yeah,
Appa.
but only the only reason people are saying that now is because Hasbro dropped a Black Series, and it's Commander Oppo, and it's from the Kenobi show. So, it makes
Oh,
no
but it was
sense.
just from the 66 flashback, probably, I'm assuming?
I guess you could say that because the figure that's coming out, it's not that homeless one with the beard. It's like a regular clone. And I went back
Yeah,
and rewatched that episode. I went to the credits to see if it would say like Commander Oppo, but it said like
yeah.
clone troop. Yeah, it didn't say it. So
If it had
that's why
said
that came
Commander
up.
Oppo in the credits, I feel like a lot of people would have jumped on it pretty early.
Oh, yeah, they would have caught that so quick. The internet detectives real fast.
Oh my
So
gosh.
yeah, definitely wasn't him. Yeah.
But it was sick,
Now,
though. I mean, I would love to see a live action Cody. However, I really liked his episode in Bad Batch.
bro, and like now we know he's alive and he defected and he's kind of like turning back potentially. So it's like, so imagine
We'll
if we
see him in
see him
season
and
3.
he's, yeah, yeah. Or if we don't, what if we see him in live action and he's helping the good guys in his gray armor?
And he's just old.
Yeah, he's just old.
It's just a group of old clones.
It'll be Cody,
That would
Rex,
actually be kinda fire.
Gregor, Wolf. That would be sick. It's just all Tem, like 4 different Tems. That'd be so dope.
That's okay, that's what I wanna see, is just like we saw in,
Rebels.
Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, is
Uh-huh.
Tem playing just 300 clones,
Oh,
and there's
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah,
400
yeah.
Tems on screen. That's what I want.
Yeah, yeah, that would just be so beautiful, so
Yeah.
beautiful. So, Acolyte show, supposedly it's
Yep.
gonna have the most Jedis ever. You just posted about that. So,
Yeah.
at London Celebration, I actually saw the trailer, and at one point in the trailer, there's a scene with 7 Jedis, and they all light their lightsabers, and it looked badass. I'm not gonna lie, but that's all
Yeah.
that they showed us at that one part. I'm assuming there's probably like 4 to 5 or 6 Sith across from them lighting up their sabers. Because why would 7 Jedi in a row light up their lightsabers if it wasn't like a bad situation? But I mean, that's cool. I'm fine with that. I'm hoping the show is good, like you mentioned earlier. The trailer that we saw, I'm not gonna lie, it had me just as hyped as seeing the Ahsoka trailer.
For the Acolyte, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
trailer looked fire. So even though that showrunner lady is running her mouth and always saying dumb stuff, um, the show
Yeah.
looks good, man. This cast
I'm
needs to just
excited.
stop talking and putting their foot in their mouth, saying stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think, like, I don't know, the Headland clip that kind of popped off a couple what was it, like, a month ago now?
Yeah.
Like, I listened to the full thing on that podcast.
Uh huh.
Um, I'll talk to you about it after a little bit about this if you wanna
Yeah.
stay on. But I listened to the full thing and I was like, I kinda get where she's coming from because she was talking about Ralph McQuarrie and saying that George Lucas could never have done it without Ralph McQuarrie, which, like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Ralph that man is so integral to the way we know Star Wars now, but
Yeah.
also Ralph would not have been able to do any of that without George being like, "Hey, I want this."
Yeah.
Which I think
Exactly.
is where that's where the discrepancy is like, it's not a chicken or egg situation, it's like George came up with it. He asked Ralph to paint a bunch of stuff so he could go and shop it around to studios and get money for it, and then Ralph made all of this amazing stuff, which, like, we see today. So,
Yeah.
that's where it was, like, the weird discrepancy. People got really heated about it, but I also think
No, they
people just
did.
about Leslie Headland no matter what.
Yeah.
So,
No. Yeah. Exactly. So, I guess we'll see. This show is what next year, right? 2024 is supposed to drop.
maybe, who knows? With the actors strike, are they done filming?
I think they're done. Yeah, I think they're done filming. I think they're just in
Or
post production. So, um, yeah, we
do
probably won't
does
get the
the
trailer.
I didn't do a lot of research on well, I did for, like, the content creators part of it, but does the writers and the actors strike affect editors?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't think so. I don't think so.
I feel like the yeah, I feel
I
like
think
the
I might have
easy
seen
answer would
something.
no.
Yeah, because the Real Rejects dropped a video today, kind of covering a lot of those tricky questions. And I want
Yeah,
to say maybe that might have been answered in there because, like, they were trying to answer questions like, can content creators still cover stuff?
yeah,
Can all this other stuff? So I think the editors are fine. I think it's only strictly writing and acting because that's what that guild is. I don't know if there's
yeah,
like a editors guild too, but like if there
I
was,
would
that would
assume.
have to
I would
strike.
hope
Yeah,
so.
that would have to strike too. So that
Yeah,
would be a separate entity on its own. So I think they could edit, but I don't think they could like rewrite or reshoot stuff if they
yeah.
notice stuff is messed up or whatever, or to tweak stuff. So
Like, they couldn't even do, like, VO. Like, they couldn't
yeah,
have people come in and do, like, "Hey,
mm-mm.
we need Hera to say this line in Ahsoka."
No,
No, she's not
they
gonna do it.
couldn't. Yeah, they couldn't.
That's
So
crazy.
yeah, I
They could
guess
get AI
we'll
to do it. It would be pissing a lot of people
oh,
off.
I know, bro. AI is just, bro. It's just Skynet's gonna happen in like 5 years, bro. They're just gonna take over.
Dude, what's up with all of these, like, I don't wanna call them this because they look like phenomenal movies, at least from what I've heard, but, like, all of these, like, I don't wanna call them knockoffs, but that's the word I'm gonna use. Star Wars
Oh,
knockoffs coming out.
so Rebel Moon on Netflix
Yeah, and then
looks.
what's that one with, Denzel Washington's son?
Oh,
The
the
Creator?
I haven't watched the trailer yet, but like
It
it's
looks cool,
very
and then Dune 2.
yeah. Well, technically Dune was before Star Wars and George like was inspired
Thank
from
you
it.
for saying that. Thank you for
So,
saying
but that is still more like Star Wars kind of, you could
it's
say.
like
So,
it's like all within the same wheelhouse of, like, a year where we're not gonna get Star Wars stuff, we're gonna get Dune, Rebel Moon, and The
the
Creator, which is
creator.
like yeah. Which
I
stuff
know.
being made now, it's hard to not be influenced. Like, It's not hard. It's impossible to not be influenced by Star Wars for
No,
a sci-fi film.
exactly. And Rebel Moon looks fire. I'm gonna probably do a reaction video to it. So the minute it comes out, I'm gonna watch it and chop it up and make a reaction video. And then
I'm
the
stoked.
creator, I haven't watched the trailer yet. I'll probably watch it after, but I heard it's like very Star Wars esque, which is fine,
It's
which is dope.
yeah, yeah. It's very Blade Runner-y is what I got from
Yeah.
the
Okay.
vibes of the trailer, which I love Blade Runner.
Yeah. Blade Runner's dope. But
Yeah.
yeah, there is a lot of stuff coming out, and like if that stuff hits, Star Wars is gonna have to step it up because if we're not happy with like certain Star Wars stuff, there a lot of the fans are gonna turn over to that stuff
Yeah.
for sure.
I don't
So
know. But I think it's good that we get other stories like Rebel Moon and The Creator, which the idea of The Creator scares me, like I Am Legend. Or not I Am Legend.
oh,
What's the one with Will
iRobot,
Smith? I
iRobot.
Robot. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
too many movies where Will Smith is in that the movie starts with I. Too
yeah,
many.
yeah.
Two is too many to have movies start with the letter I. But yeah, I think it's gonna be good for Star Wars to see what sci-fi can look like if it's not within the Disney pipeline.
Yeah. No,
Because there was all
exactly.
that stuff with James Mangold talking about Boba Fett, like his movie, being
The
like it
rated
was gonna be
R.
R-rated and, people were gonna be throwing up in the theater, they were gonna be so wild about it, but, like, I think that's good if Disney sees what works. It's kinda like the Deadpool effect.
Yeah. Deadpool and Logan. Like people were like, oh, rated R movies won't do good. And Logan, didn't Logan make a billion?
Dude, that movie is speaking of James Mangold, I love that movie,
Oh
and
yeah, me too.
the thing is too, like, the Deadpool movies did so well as a superhero who is, like, raunchy and I mean, just Deadpool being classic Deadpool, obviously, from the
Yeah.
comics, but the MCU was never gonna do that. The MCU was so well, I guess if you look at the beginning movies from the MCU where it's, like, Tony Stark on a plane with striptease uh,
Yeah.
pilots or whatever it was in
Yeah.
the first Iron Man movie, but, like, the MCU was never gonna do that because of Disney, and now they're making an R-rated movie. So it's like,
I
I
know.
think it's good for Star Wars to see success, especially from who's in charge of Star Wars right now, to see success of other Star Wars-esque projects do well, that aren't Star Wars, that are kinda darker.
Yeah, exactly. So the last couple, I had two last things we're gonna take a look at. It's some new
Word.
collectibles that got revealed today. So what kind of I see you have a lot of stuff back there. I see retro
Yeah.
collection, Power of the Force, some helmets. What do you collect mainly or just a little bit of everything?
I collect a little bit of everything, mainly old stuff. Like, that's
Yeah,
my I like old stuff,
nostalgia.
up like, you can't see from the camera, but, like, I've got up on the wall back there, I've got, 2 calendars, like, the 1978 and the 1979 official Star Wars calendars
Nice.
that are up there, and
Yeah.
then I've also got the first ever People magazine that Star Wars was in with C-3PO on
Ooh.
Tatooine, that's up
Yeah.
there. Then, I've also got, like, I've got, like, a lot of the old Star Wars Marvel comics from that time
Nice. Uh-huh.
where, like, when Stan Lee said that he thought that Star Wars was never gonna be anything, and then it
Yep.
was Star Wars,
Yep.
which I love reminding people of, that everybody loves Stan Lee, and I love Stan Lee too, he did a
Yeah.
fantastic job,
Oh
but
yeah.
he hated Star Wars initially, um,
That's crazy.
which is wild, right? So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I collect mainly old stuff, like but then, like, if I see something cool, like, what was the latest pickup that I got? Like, oh, I built, a Boba Fett Bandai, like, plastic model. It's
Yeah,
over
yeah, the
there on the shelf.
kits. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those
that
are
was the
dope.
first time I ever 'cause I'm a big Lego guy, that's the first time I've ever done that. That was actually fun. That I like doing that. That was fun.
Yeah, and those things are everywhere. You could get them at Target, like, you could pick them up
Yeah,
anywhere, those little Bandai kits.
bro, that thing was,
So
like, $9 on Amazon.
damn, that's a steal.
Yeah.
So this first reveal, it's a new vintage collection figure that's coming out, and it's a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. When I saw it today, I'm like, "Good, I need this. I want this. This is my guy." they are redoing Jabba the Hutt. So he comes
How
on his
big is it?
platform. Salacious. It's 3 3/4 scale size, but it's still gonna be
Okay.
he's still a big boy. So he comes on his platform, his hookah, Salacious, and then the droid. I forgot the droid's name.
The medical droid or whatever the heck it is.
8D8 or something like that.
Yeah,
Whatever his yeah, he comes with that. So I
yeah.
saw this and I'm like, yo, that is sick. All the little pillows, accessories. So
That's fire.
yeah, that's dope
Is
for the
there a price point on it yet?
it's 89.99 for this whole set. So
Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
everything's pricey, but bro, it just looks
That's
sick, man.
$80 that you could use for a ticket to Japan for celebration.
Oh, exactly, bro. Yeah, exactly.
So not to take money away from Hasbro and the vintage collection for Star Wars fans, but
Yeah.
$80 is $80.
No, exactly. And this next
It looks
one,
sick though.
it does. It does. It's cool. And they haven't done a Jabba, I don't think, in a long time, like a newer Jabba. So that's
Yeah,
kind of cool for people who want to get that Return of the Jedi display looking right. So
yeah,
I have a vintage Jabba. Where's he at? He's like up here. You could I
okay.
mean, he's there, but it's the one back from like the 80s. So it's
Word.
literally this, but the OG Kenner one. But
Oh, dope.
yeah, but this one's it's kind of tempting. I love Fat Boy, bro. That's my guy right there. Jabba.
Fat boy. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I
Yes.
mean, honestly, Jabba and another reason why you love the beginning of Return of the Jedi, like, that's sick.
Yeah. Yeah,
He's such a
exactly.
gross villain.
So the next one they're doing it's the not the vintage collection, but the retro collection, which is like similar to the Kenners. They're doing this box set, Return of the Jedi, with these six
Oh, yeah, yeah,
figures.
yeah.
So this is kind of dope because you get the Gamorrean Guard, Admiral Akbar, Yak Face, Mon Mothma, which was never done before. So she wasn't an
Yeah,
original Kenner. So that's new, and that's kind of dope that they did that.
sick.
And then Wicket, and then the Royal Guard. So that's pretty cool. It just sucks you have to buy the whole set. You can't buy them individually. Um, I
Yeah,
I forgot what the price is. It's either 70 or 80 for all six,
I
but
dig
like
that.
if it was all separate, I probably would have grabbed that Mom Mothma, bro. Like that's just a dope
Oh,
one
yeah.
because it was never done before.
The Target would have got hit bad with no sales for a Gamorrean Guard figure like they are right now with those Black Series Gamorrean Guards.
I know, and I'm mad they went clearance and they went to 16.99 down from 34.
For
But
real?
like
16?
yeah, $16. So I missed them. They're gone now, but I would have grabbed one or two for $16 because it's
Yeah,
Black
dude.
Series 6 inch. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
but they're gone. So
That's what I'm bad at. I wish I was better at it for figures is like the pre-order stuff, but
mhm.
I like to go to a store and buy the thing.
In the wild, yeah,
So,
me too. Yeah, me too.
yeah.
I stopped doing pre-orders just because like I would pre-order stuff and then I would see it in the store and my pre-order hasn't even shipped. And I would just get
Yeah.
mad. I'd have to cancel my pre-order on the phone and buy it right there. Like, what's the point?
Yeah. And like if
So
it's in the store, there's potential that like you do that thing of you roll the dice and you're like, in a month, it could go on clearance, and then you get the thing that you actually wanted for cheaper. Like I did
yeah.
that with the it's up there, the Heir to the Empire Luke, the Black Series,
Oh,
where it
okay,
comes
yeah,
with
yeah,
the Amari, the which we're definitely not going to see in Ahsoka.
yeah,
George hated that. But I did that, and I think I got it on Amazon for like $15,
yeah.
which I was
Amazon be
wanted that
having
for a while.
some
So
gems on Amazon, man. That's the way to
yeah,
go for sure.
yeah.
So that was the last thing I have. What do you have coming up next on your channel that the people could look forward to seeing?
Oh, I wish I knew. I wish I had a good answer. Honestly, I want to continue doing long form stuff. Um, Instagram is kind of where I do most of my stuff,
Yep.
just because that's the easiest place for updates. But a lot more video updates, I think. A lot more shorts, and then long form stuff on YouTube is really what I want to get into. Stuff like this. So I appreciate you letting me flex this muscle a little bit doing the talk with you. I really had a great time. This is awesome.
Oh yeah, me too, bro. Appreciate you coming on. So for you guys watching, I'm gonna put his IG and his YouTube down in the description. Definitely check him out and subscribe. But yeah, bro, thanks again for coming on. Appreciate your time. And that's gonna be it for this episode of Sith Talk. We'll see you guys next week. Bye,
Roll
guys.
the credits.